Alright, welcome everybody to the first game of Season 8 of the Backyard Baseball League. This is with my secondary team, the Atlanta Royals, a team built more for arm strength than anything else at the expense of hitting power. I'm also facing a bit of an uphill battle, more of an uphill battle in this game because Scotty Roth is having a rather nasty bad day, down to 2 hitting, 4 running, 2 fielding, so he's not going to be good for much. Everyone else in the game is having more or less normal days. Wing does have some small boosts. I'm not expecting them to be majorly impactful, though. We will see. I'm facing off against the mighty Wombats. Very strong left side of the infield. Good center fielder. This side, not so scary. These outfield spots, not so scary. Trent Sizemore at catcher is scary, though, so we will see. Some awfully scary defenders and some not so awfully scary defenders. We'll see what all adds up to. And so here we go into the game. The first question is, what do I do with Dunkel? Do I go for a big hit to advance her a lot? And I'm going to say no, I'm going to go grounders. I think if I hit one on the ground with Dunkel, then she gets to base pretty easily unless she hits one like that and it goes straight to chipper. I might regret this, actually. So if she hits a grounder straight to one of these fielders, then yeah, that's not going to go so well. Anyway, I have played at the Paveway with her clone, Henri Deschênes. I had him in Season 4, and he was a disappointment. He batted about 600-something, which for him is pretty bad. A lot of that was just he hit a lot of pop flies that carried too much and were easy outs. Anyway, 2-2 the count. BD taking a while here on the very first batter. And I thought that one was going to be a ball. The swing spot deceived me. It was instead a nice corner strike. Julie Dunkel strikes out to begin the season. That is not a good sign for how the season is going to go. That was, by a long shot, my best player on offense on this team. Brings up Wing Kwan. Small boost in hitting. I am going for line drive because a grounder to the left side with consistent field is death. Unfortunately, he just hits an easy pop-up to third instead for the second out. Bad start for the Royals. Chucky Flinder now up. My round 9er, which means he is eligible to use power-ups, although we are far from having any power-ups yet. Takes 2 strikes. Chucky, not a great hitter, not super fast, not great on the whole on offense. Ended up dropping Gretchen Hasselhoff for him for the better defense. And he strikes out on 3 pitches. I managed to strike out twice in the first inning. Melonhead's taken out... Oh, not Melonheads. I'm too used to playing the Melonheads. Royals taken out 1, 2, 3 in the first. Not a good sign for this game. I am regretting picking my team to win. Let's see if we can do any better on defense. Holly Franklin, third hitting, and I am reunited with Chucky Flinder, my Ace Wilson pitcher. I won the pitching award with him in my rookie year back in Season 3. He reprised as my pitcher for one of my teams in Season 4. Had a solid season, although not close to being Ace Wilson worthy at the time. Holly Franklin grounds one up the first base line. Chad gets the ball, but in the process leaves first base uncovered. First bat, hit at bat, Wombats get a single. This is very much not going well for me. Already, the AI team has more hits than me. Chipper Jones, a hitter. Let's just say I don't want to try to pitch for a double play against Chipper Jones. If I give anything even moderately meaty, that's trouble. Holly tries to steal second after 2 pitches. Fortunately, I have Lena behind the plate. Lena is a great user catcher and gets the out. And strike 3. Chucky's first strikeout of hopefully many to come this season. Chipper Jones is out. 2 outs, and Ken Griffey Jr. is a hitter. I know, striking out the opposing team is supposed to be the bad strategy now because it refills their stamina, but A, I don't care. And B, they haven't lost enough stamina for it to be meaningful yet. Anyway, Ken belts one into center field, but it does go off the wall instead of hitting the top of the barrels. Narrowly missed a home run there. Instead, he gets an easy double. Terry Vega, the hitter, he has a bat. Not the most consistent bat, and he doesn't have much else, but he does have a bat. And they have a runner on second, so all he really needs, a Terry Vega single, is definitely going to score a run here. Instead, hits a lanky pop-up, which should be an easy out. Molly gets it and throws it to first safely, so we at least avoid giving up any runs in the first. Going into the second inning, let's see if the Royals can get their first hit of the season, leading off with a not leadoff hitter in Molly May. She is someone you want up to bat with several runners on base so she can bat them in. It's a deep one to center on a liner, but I should have used power, I guess. Goes a bit short, and Beltran is there and catches it for the first out. Keisha Phillips, a hitter now. My round 2 pick, solid all around on offense. Easily the second best all-around player on offense on my team. Also good in the field with good height, a good arm. Takes 2 strikes to start the at-bat. And swings and misses for strike 3. I expected that to go more over the middle than it did. Christina Beatty is absolutely slaughtering me so far this game. Two outs. This is an embarrassment of the game so far. Vincent Sweet, the hitter. Takes strike 2 on a nasty corner pitch. 0-2 the count. It's a pop-up towards short area. Chipper and Griffey threatening to bonk into each other. They do, but Griffey still catches it for the third out. Christina pitching a perfect game through 2. Let's see if we can hold the Wombats down or if they will make this a complete blowout. Jillian Payne leading off, can sort of hit. Otherwise not very good. Not the most intimidating of player, although anyone who can at least sort of hit is a threat for a left field home run at this field. Takes strike 2, 0-2 the count. And swing and a miss for strike 3, and the first out of the inning. 1 out, nobody on. Carlos Beltran, the hitter. Swings and misses for strike 1. Pitches it just inside. I think that should have been called a strike. It was called a ball, so oh well, so much for that. Bunts one, straightforward. That's not going to work out for him. Easy second out. Bringing up Trent Sizemore, very much a defense player. Essentially, if I recall correctly, very similar to Scotty Roth, although Trent is not having a terrible day in this game, so he actually has a chance at getting on base, unlike my player. Swings and misses for strike 2. And hopefully, goes a bit inside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Nobody on, 2 outs. Trent swings and misses for strike 3. Chucky's third strikeout of the game, and we have retired the Wombats in the second. A total of 2 hits and no runs through 2 innings. Not the most inspiring game yet. Let's see if the Royals can start accomplishing something soon. Probably not this inning. Lena could potentially get on base, but I don't have much hope for Chad or Nerf Scotty. Swing early for strike 1 on a pitch I probably didn't want to hit anyway. Take strike 2 low. Looking for something I can pull with the bat here. Lena's one of my best options for a Paveway home run. Don't get that, but I get when I can push out instead. Unfortunately, sharp line drive that bounces straight to Holly for an easy first out. Chad Capel, the hitter now. I had him recently in the Keeper League where he did not accomplish much. Granted, that was with errors off, but still not a super hitter. I took him to play first base because he was one of the remaining players who could play first, and I wanted that so Lena would play shortstop on my AI team instead of being wasted at first. Was originally planned to be my pitcher, as he also is a former Ace Wilson champ, but he had some struggles in the scrimmage games I played. It was an easy choice to put Chucky on the mound instead of him for the real season. 2-2 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. Chad fouls off another one. Chad with a 1 in contact makes him a very likely player to foul off a lot of pitches. 60-something in power. Overall, not an intimidating package, especially with his low speed, but that might just be perfectly hit. Okay, no. Not perfectly hit for a home run. It does get past Chipper, though. Already fumbles it, doesn't make any difference there. Chad gets to first, and that is our first hit of the game, and now I just have to hope that Scotty does not ground into a double play here. Testing out Trent Sizemore's arm. I do not want to steal with anybody against him, not even Julie Dunkel. Had to test that out, though. That was stupid. I should have saved that for a hit and run. Again, I'm just looking for any way that, without intentionally striking out, because I'm not allowed to do that, even if I wanted to. But any way to avoid this being a double play here. Scotty can't hit the ball even on the best of days, and now he's also super slow, so he is a double play waiting to happen here. Christina gets me with a big freeze. I was a moment away from realizing it in time and stopping, but he gets me every time. Turned out not to even be in the strike zone. Brings up Julie Dunkel, who is not in a great position with a slow runner on first base and 2 outs. Not exactly the best situation for her chances of coming around and scoring this inning, but we will try. Go for a big hit that can score. Chad. Spitball, but way inside. That didn't even come close to tempting me. Christina does have a bunch of power-up pitches now from all the strikeouts she's gotten. Julie fouls him off. Normally I would not still be on power with 2 strikes with a hitter like Julie Dunkel, but unless this is a really great hit anyway, it's a waste. So, line drive is not really worth it in this case. Fouls another one off. Julie continuing to foul them off and keep this at bat alive. Keep hope of actually accomplishing something this game alive. Hits a big one to left center. That one's going off the wall. Going to be at least a double. Artie is going to get it. No one else anywhere close. Artie doesn't have a good arm. This is fantastic. Gets a 1-hop. Chad coming to score. Julie's right behind him. Chipper gets a throw, but not in time. Inside the park. 2-run home run for Julie Dunkel, and the Royals are on the board, baby. 2-0. Wing Quan now the hitter, 0-for-1 with an easy pop-out. A difficult situation here. You'd think the situation would call for grounder ball, but you don't really want to hit grounders to the left side when you've got Chipper Jones and King Griffey Jr. over there. Anything that's not, like, perfectly placed, which is especially hard to do with grounders at the Paveway, is going to be an easy out. So, that's my thought at least. No one except Dunkel has a chance using grounder on this field against this defense. Wing's good vision coming in nice there. Otherwise I would have swung for that one, but I was able to take it for ball 3, full count. Gonna have to swing at the payoff pitch, a line drive straight toward third, and Chipper catches it for the 3rd out. Nasty left side of the infield there, which limits the options, especially for a team like this one that doesn't have a lot of power. Alright, so Royals are on the board. Can we hold this lead and stop the AI Wombats from making me miserable for this game? We will find out. Christina Beatty leading off the 3rd for the Wombats. Probably actually somewhat tired here, so this is a point where going for strikeouts might not be the best idea, but I don't care. Going for strikeouts is a fun way to play, so that's what I will do. Swings and misses for strike 3, and that is Chucky's 4th strikeout of the game. 1 down. Artie Pimbleton, the hitter. Not very intimidating at the plate. Manages to hit one decently, but straight into center. Wing is there. steps forward a bit on his own accord, and then catches it for the second out. Holly Franklin up managed to single to start off the first inning for the Wombats. We'll see if we can get revenge on her here. Really good news here is that I do have a more juice here for Chucky. So if things start to go south stamina-wise, I do have that bailout. Looks like I won't need it this inning, though. And swings and misses for strike 3. Flinder with 5 strikeouts for 3 innings, and the Wombats are shut down in the third. 2-0. With 2 hits per side after 3 innings. Royals gonna try to come back here strong in the latter part of the game, put up some more runs. You'll find out though. Chucky Flinder up, tall order, with a weak bat, weak running, and a very strong left side of the infield. Maybe I can bounce one past Terry or something, I don't know. Nope, bounce one too close to first instead. That's going to be an easy first out. Molly made a hitter. Tried line drive last time because I figure power isn't the most useful for her at a field like this. But then hit a good one that wasn't quite good enough thanks to the line drive and got caught for an out. So we're going for power here. Honestly hoping for an alley shot. Takes 2 strikes. It didn't look great. Hits one into the ground. For some hitters that might be a hit. Actually, probably not. That went straight to Jillian. Someone so like Molly, that's an especially easy out. Keisha Phillips now the hitter. Struck out embarrassingly for me in the second inning. We'll see if she can do a bit better here and manage to kick off a rally. Christina with another spitball. Seen several power-up pitches here, but none have been in the strike zone. And again, one reason why I don't think relying on power-ups is at all a good strategy. And grounds one there, that will get past the infield. Beltran has it, but Keisha is to first base. It's a base hit. Vincent Sweet now up. I think I've gotten a hit or 2 with him, but I haven't really figured out his hitting style or his game plan for getting on base yet. However, I don't think hitting it over by Griffey and Ken is how. I had Keisha set to steal for the hit and run. I forgot about it. Fortunately, I'm able to retreat safely. But no more hit and run. Ball 1. I actually thought that one was going to be a call to strike, but it was not. I will take it. 101 to count on Vincent. Just a little further over, and that might have been a home run there. A Paveway home run, but a home run nonetheless. Fouls it off instead. 1 on, 2 out. If Vincent gets out here, then that's going to not be great for my chances at scoring next inning. With Lena, Chad, and Nerfed Scotty as a lineup. And Vincent hits one into the ground. That'll be an easy out at first. For the third out, Royals get 1 hit, but unable to score again in the 4th inning. I am hoping that my defense turns out to be good here, because otherwise I'm going to get slaughtered by the Wombats. Chipper Jones leads off the 4th for the Wombats. Takes strike 1 from Flinder. Second pitch hits it into the ground. However, my play... Ooh, I thought he was going to be safe. My players here were just slow enough, and the ball bouncing just high enough. I thought he was going to make it safely, but I still managed to get him out by a hair. 1 out then. King Griffey Jr., who I believe Marco got early on in round 2, which is definitely a steal. What feels like a round 1 quality player, and he didn't even have a round 1 pick because he traded it down. A good pickup by Marco for sure. Definitely the player I'm most scared of on this AI team. However, he grounds one sharply towards second. Instead, Molly is able to handle it for the second out. So that potential disaster is averted. Terry Vega now up. As long as he doesn't hit it over the fence, I'm not worried about it. I completely forgot about that fireball. That might be a good strategy for a future inning, though. Not this inning, because I don't want him to end the inning with the super low juice. And Terry watched strike 3 go by for Chucky's 6th strikeout of the game. Wombats continue to be held scoreless. Chucky in the process of a 2-hit shutout, which was his trademark in his Ace Wilson season. It is 2-0 Royals after 4 innings. Lena Eng up to bat, gonna try to lead this off with something good. One on one the count as she fouls one off. Outside for ball 2. Definitely I would prefer an extra base hit here to a single, with Chad and Nerfed Scotty coming up to bat next. Instead, Griffey's able to run over and catch what looked like it would be a line drive into the outfield. Robbed that one for the first out. Chad Capel now up, got the first hit of this game on a single, and came around to score. Christina pays that back by hitting him with a pitch. This one is one to watch this season, folks. It's a second one into the ground, should be an easy out, but nobody's at first base. Jillian moved over to get the ball. However, she's still able to get back to first in time. This is going to be a short inning, folks. Scotty Roth with 2 hitting and 4 running is not going to accomplish anything here. Unless he managed to somehow hit this one down the alley for a cheap home run, which would be pretty hilarious, honestly. Who knows? He might manage to ground one past Terry. Might. Oh. Gotta go for that. I've gotten better and more unlikely outcomes before. Unfortunately, Christina is a nice, soft throw that there's no chance of that going wild past Jillian. That is an out. I've gotten power-ups off of hits from more unlikely players before. But instead, it's just a 1-2-3 inning. Royals going to have to hope that the top of the lineup can deliver in the 6th inning. Again, I don't know how some people can assume that power-ups will be a big part, or just get power-ups regularly, because so much has to go right, especially if you're not actively farming for them. So much has to go right in order to rack them up. And it just doesn't for me that much of the time. To get the double play, you have to first have someone get on first, and then have a suitably weak hitter up next, who then happens to hit the ball right, and not just, swing and miss at every pitch you throw. Or get insanely lucky from a strong hitter. And for the pitching power-ups, again, even if you strike out, okay, they have to throw the pitch, they have to throw the special pitch first, then they have to throw it somewhere you can actually hit it, then you have to actually hit it somewhere where you can get on base. So, yeah, again, for me, I don't think power-ups are going to play a big role this season. Anyway, Chucky uses a fireball to collect his 8th strikeout of the game. Carlos Beltran is out. Trent Sizemore the hitter. Another way to put it could be this way. I played about 10 scrimmage games, I think. And in those, I had maybe 4 power-up swings total, and 3 of those were from the same game. So, Trent goes for the bunt. It works about as well as you'd expect from an 8-speed bunting against a competent defense on the Paveway. Not so well. Alright, going into the 6th inning here, the last chance for the Royals to accomplish something this game, starting with Julie Dunkel, our best hitter. 1 for 2 with an inside-the-park home run and a leadoff strikeout. Takes 2 strikes here. I'm going to switch to line drive. I just don't trust Grounder here to not go straight to Chipper or Griffey, or just have it be an inside pitch that I have to ground straight to Jillian. Low for ball 2, 2-2. The count. I do not use power with 2 strikes, except with a very select group of players, and Julie Dunkel leads off by hitting a line drive straight to Christina for the first out. Welcome to my world. 1 out, and not too much hope for the Royals. We'll see. I mean, Wing has a good shot at getting on base, and if he does that, then Molly has a decent shot at driving him in. We'll see. Wing has a small hitting boost this game, but as usual for me, has put it to absolutely no benefit. This time hits one up the middle, it bounces, but too Griffey, and he throws an absolute rocket there. But the super tall Julian Payne is playing first base. This Wombats defense is pretty scary, let me tell you. Their infield is absolute murder, unless you manage to hit it to Terry, which I have not done all game, but even then he's at second base, so unless it's someone super speedy, you're out of luck anyway. Chucky Flinder is my last hope to score, so I am preparing to talk this up as 2 runs for the Royals. But he manages to accomplish something here with a some patience and a good eye. He is able to draw the walk, so that puts a runner on first with 2 outs for Molly May, one of the top power hitters on this team. 0 for 2 today, but let's see if she can get her first good hit of the season here and drive in a run. Or 2 if it's a home run. We'll see. Inside for ball 1. Christina seems to be getting really tired out here. Not able to hit the strike zone much at all. If she walks Molly, that's going to be slightly annoying, but Keisha Phillips is on deck, so certainly not all bad. 3-0 the count. Now, if she walks Molly and then walks Keisha Phillips, then that's going to just be annoying. Molly May walks on 4 pitches, in fact. Christina's days on the mound here seem to be numbered. She's trying to close this one out with a complete game, but she just walks everybody, that doesn't work so well. Keisha Phillips now the hitter. I don't like to swing power with Keisha a lot because I don't think she's great with that swing, but here is definitely the time to do it. Unfortunately, this is straight to the center fielder's position. Carlos Beltran does field it capably, and that is the end of our 6th inning rally. And so, a maximum, or best possible result of +2 for the Royals. Let's see if we can keep it there. Chucky, looking to finish this game strong and start his season strong. Christina Beatty, the first hitter, swings and misses at strike 2. Would love to use Fireball for the 3rd strike, but without the more juice, I can't risk it. Instead, get her to take a left hook. Chucky with his 9th strikeout of the game. Artie Pimbleton now up. Doesn't pose too much threat. I cannot remember who's up. I think Holly Franklin is up next. Not too bad, unless she gets on base. If she gets on base, then I might be in trouble. Swings and misses on strike 2. 0-2 the count on Pimbleton. There's no more juice this game for Chucky. Gonna try to get him out the regular way. Swings and misses for strike 3. Chucky hits 10 strikeouts for the game. Needs just 1 more out to get to the patented Chucky Flinder 2-hit shutout. Holly Franklin chooses to bunt on the first pitch, and that is gonna be the game, folks. Game over, final score, Royals 2, Wombats 0. Probably a loss in the overall matchup, unless my defense just ends up doing really well and way outperforms my expectations. I think they're bad enough in enough of the intangibles and extra stats that are helpful in feeling that that's not going to happen. We'll do a quick look at the stats and around the league for this matchup. It was a pretty quiet game in the simulated AI season. Highest score for the week from the AI here was by Crazy 8's team, the Crazy Athletics. 12-2 against the Expos. My other team, the Melonheads, did win in their simulated game, so that's fun. Who was the winning pitcher there? Belgate. Alright. As for the stats of this game, not too much to see here. We got exactly 3 hits in the entire game, and that's probably going to be the sort of stat line we see a lot this season. I think I will do better than that, a bit better than that in most games. Wing should be able to get on base some. Scotty should be able to get on base some. Molly should get some good hits, and Keisha and Julie both going 1-for-3. I'm hopeful won't happen too much at the time. We'll see, though. In any case, yep, just 3 hits and 2 runs. Player of the game, no question, Julie Dunkel, 1 for 3 with a home run, inside the park home run that batted in both of our runs for the game. Although honorable mention to Chucky Flinder, who faced only one batter above the minimum, gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 10. Chucky is vying to become the first 2-time Ace Wilson champion this season, and he's off to a good start for that. So that's it for the Royals this week. I'll be back this weekend to stream with my other team, the Melonheads, in what should hopefully be a much bigger scoring game than this, and a fun simultaneous stream with Jibbo's Tigers team. Next week, the Royals will be going home to Sandy Flats for their first home game to take on Repub and the Baltimore Bombers. I'll plan to stream that then. I'll see you then. Until then, thanks for joining, everybody.